It's been 10 days since surgery. Where I left off my last video, I mentioned going to my first post-op appointment for dilation. Well, there was a small frustration that was resolved instantly. When I got there to check in for my appointment, it was showing in their system that there was nothing there, that I didn't cancel it, but they would check their system and it looks like someone canceled it when they weren't supposed to. So at the front desk they were kind of irritated. Then when they talked to the doctor, she was frustrated about that. But they were able to get me in half-hour difference. So I still got in that on Tuesday, so it all worked out. And dilation went very well the first time. A little uncomfortable, but that went well. Let's see here. Then it's like the first dilation. The way she wants me to do it is the medicine, because there's two different ones I have to use. The first one is in the morning, where it's collagenous or whatever it's called. They help promote collagen in the vaginal canal. She wants me to dilate with that in the morning, then take a shower right afterwards, like dilate for 30 minutes, then take a shower and make sure it's like flushed off of the outer part of the skin, not the canal itself, but the outside. So yeah, but then the second dilation during the day, that one is left in. So that's what I've been doing. And with the healing down there, the best way I can describe it, it's healing from the outside in, meaning from the outer parts of the labias and the above the pubic bone. It's going from out to in, like around the clitoral hood where it attaches to the clitoris. That's how it's been doing it, where at first it's my experience. I can't say anything about other people's because this is my personal experience. At first it's burning, feeling, sensation. Then it's like all tingly or prickly. Then after that, it's more like random shocks, where it just like hits like that, and just like sometimes it hits and like stops, then slowly dissipates through, or it just hits really concentrated. And it's just really weird how it's healing, because the right side, the swelling and the burning kind of went down quicker, which it's still swollen, but it's going quicker than the left side. And the left side started doing it afterwards. and the left side's taking a little bit longer. Then I'm feeling it in the inner labius, the labia minora, which is the burning feeling, is what I've been feeling. So yeah, but most of the healing, I've been feeling it, is just where the clitoris attaches to the hood. That's the most of what I've been feeling. And it's, at times, it's more uncomfortable than others because it's all random. So yeah. And since surgery, ooh, just feeling it still. The left side is what I'm feeling. Yeah. Uncomfortable. But yeah, but since surgery, I've had 3 spontaneous orgasms. The first one, I was in the hospital. It was very small. The second one was a little bit more. Then the third one, I really felt it. And yeah, kind of with all the healing and everything, it wasn't really uncomfortable. It was just really unexpected. So yeah. And just been having some emotions with everything that's been going on. It's kind of hard to pinpoint at times. Like my first dilation by myself on Tuesday, my second dilation on Tuesday, and yesterday morning a little bit, just like some emotions with dilating. And this morning with dilating, I started having more feeling in there. So it was towards the very back on the left side of the vaginal canal, the back of it. So that's how it's just feeling and healing and all that, but not really pain or discomfort or anything on the vaginal canal. It's just mostly the vulva, the outside part surrounding the labias and whatnot. So yeah. So it's healing. It's uncomfortable. And some things I can suggest is be sure to have a chuck pad. You're going to really want those because drainage from the vaginal canal and, like I mentioned, leakage, yeah, because that can happen. And don't wear your good underwear because there's going to be drainage and it can get on your underwear and whatnot and ruin it. So you don't want to ruin your good underwear, or you're having all that drainage. And with my experience, the first dilation, the drainage was getting less and less. Then when it started dilating, there started to have more drainage, which is normal. And it's kind of like gooey. So yeah, like blood clots or like gooiness, and that's normal. So, and it's weird during the first dilation of the day because the medicine is more consistency like the Neosporin. Neosporin that hasn't liquefied. Where it's thicker like that. For the second dilation, it's more like a lubricant. So the medicine used, which that's a little bit easier. So my suggestion is use as much as you need of when you do your dilations. It just makes it easier, because if you have too little, it's going to make it really uncomfortable. But if you have enough or too much, then it works better. So yeah, and drink plenty of water, because your body needs water to heal, and when you have more water, your body heals much more quickly. So be sure to drink plenty of water to where your urine's a light yellow or clear. That means you're getting enough liquids. So yeah. And also, when my weight was checked at my first post-op appointment, I lost weight, which is kind of tough to deal with because I've always had weight issues trying to gain weight. And it was 114.6. So before surgery, I was 118 pounds. Like how I mentioned in a previous video, I used to be 122 pounds until my prescriptions were switched around and I lost down to 118. Well, from that 118, I've lost down to 114. So I know it's going to take time to get all that back, gain that weight back. So one thing I suggest is snacks. Have plenty of snacks, because while you're resting and healing, so you can not have issues, because you need food for your body to heal, you need water for your body to heal. So have healthy snacks, I say. And and if you have any questions, please ask, because I've gone through all this so far, and if I haven't really answered anything you need to know or want to know, I may have the answer about the surgery and aftercare and whatnot. And one thing that's coming to mind is when showering, instead of because it's still a wound, and from what I've learned in the past from things like yeast infections and other things like that, to help prevent things like that from getting worse or getting stuff like that with the female genitalia, instead of wiping it dry after taking a shower, you pat it dry. That helps prevent irritation and all that, especially after a surgery like this with all the stitches. So have a towel. You don't care that gets ruined, because you will get blood on it. Or just take toilet paper and pat it dry. So yeah. And I can make the joke, it's the only time I really be able to experience what a period is like. So yeah. So that's kind of interesting. because my suggestion is with the changing of the pads, 2 during the day, 1 during the night. So have the nighttime pads for your panty size, then 2 during the day. You may need a little bit more because of my experience at first, when I started using the pads after surgery, I needed more than what I thought I was. And as it's healing, because at first I needed about like 3 throughout the day and 1 at night. And now I'm down to just 2 during the day and 1 at night. It was something like that. And yeah.
It's funny with how I perceive it.
So sorry about the noise out there. So that's how everything's so far is going. And I'm just really thankful that I have a really supportive girlfriend that's here for me as I'm going through all of this, because at times it's more rough than others. And just at times I just feel like crying, then my body just doesn't. And it's just weird with all the hormone differences right now. Not having that testosterone. So, yeah. And other weird feelings like down there as it's healing. It's just how I was going back and forth. At first, how it was going back and forth between like that phantom penis, as they say. Then earlier today, it was kind of feeling not like the appendage that sticks out, but the in-between part before surgery. Kind of felt like that as I was kind of feeling back in the labias, or the labia minora, the inner labia. But it's not feeling like that anymore, so yeah. And another thing I've been noticing, they say after surgery your breasts go through a secondary growth, because I've heard that before and I wasn't sure if that would happen with me, but it's been feeling like I haven't been having the feelings and sensations and like all the pain and everything you feel when your breasts grow. I haven't been really feeling that. It's been more like they're getting fuller, but I don't feel it. It just kind of feels like they're fuller. So, yeah, which is kind of nice because it just helps overall the dysphoria I've had in the past to not get bad, because the bigger and fuller my breasts get to a point, the happier I am. So, yeah. And peeing is another weird thing. Everything feels normal, but before surgery, how I felt it was like within the tip of the penis, it gives you that urge or sensation of needing to pee, or you'd feel it kind of like the lower part of the bladder. Well, since the urethra and the tip of the penis was separated to be a female urethra and a clitoris now, how it is, the feelings and sensations I get now of needing to pee, I feel it like the lower part of the bladder. It's like I don't feel it like that as much within that part, but I'm feeling it as more feelings and sensations are coming back. More in the clitoris. I feel it in like the tip of the, or like the whole clitoris is where I feel it. The sensation of needing to pee. But then when I pee, it's kind of differentiating the two feelings of peeing and the feeling of needing to pee. Because I feel it in the clitoris of needing to pee, but when I pee, it's coming out of a different spot than what it did before. So I'm feeling it separate when I pee. So when I pee, it's coming out there. You really can feel it that way. And as I'm peeing, the sensation of needing to pee, how it dissipates, it's within the clitoris. So that's a weird sensation or feeling because it's separate now. And instead of together, it's separate. I'm trying to, it just takes time to get used to that. And that's what I'm experiencing. So yeah. And I've been noticing as everything's healing, my inner labia minora, towards the vaginal canal. One side is, it's like there's a little bit more on one side than the other, which that can happen. So I have more on the right side than the left. I think. Yeah. So it is what it is, but that's because the way the swelling's going down is not 100% even. So yeah, but I'm okay with it because it's my body and it feels normal. So that's what's pretty much going on since Tuesday, and just trying to deal with all this. I'm just trying to process things too as they come up. And sometimes it's because my Asperger's, it's hard for me just to speak up or just say something to let someone know how I'm feeling. That's something working on in therapy. So, and yes, after surgery, please continue to see a therapist. You're gonna want to have that space to process things that come up, because if you don't, you can have issues. So yeah, other than that, I'm just doing the best I can as everything's healing while I'm just resting right here, just laying and resting. It's just rough when all the sensations just come back in random spots or all at once in one spot. Yeah. Especially when, for me, it starts out burning sensation, then like tingly prickliness, then it's like random shocks, like, yeah, random shocks, which for me it started where the pubic bone was like above that, where it was really swollen, then the right side, then the left side, and the outside in. So that's pretty much how it's been going. So sorry again about all that noise, but anyways, that's what's been happening with me in recovery so far. And at times I still feel like I'm getting a little bit tired more, a little bit, or like not winded, but more just like tired or exhausted. A little bit more easier. And yeah. And the other thing I've noticed
Right.
was this morning in the shower. Well, what's been recommended I do is down there is massage to help break up scar tissue or help prevent scar tissue. So before this, it's like surgery, you may be thinking you're not supposed to touch down there or do anything really down there but dilate. Well, the thing is, you can still explore down there as long as it's not sexual. And it's that massage to break up the scar tissue or help prevent scar tissue. So when I was in the shower, I was able to actually, for the first time, because when you're able to, because for like the first 2-3 days, maybe 4, it's different for each individual, but it's really sore down there and you don't really want to mess with it. But after a while, you're able to do that massage. So the way it's supposed to massage is pretty much, if you look at my arm here, it's like this and kind of pulling like this. Not pulling up like this, but more like this. You pull like this, lightly and gently, and kind of like, yeah, like that, to help prevent scar tissue. So, and when I was feeling everything, I was able to feel a difference on every little thing, and it just felt right, and it felt normal, and it just, my body just feels right now. It just feels right. It's been feeling right since surgery, and being able to actually for the first time feel everything. It's just amazing what technology has advanced and what they can do now. I'm so glad I got the surgery when I did instead of earlier, because the advancement of how they do the surgery, it's more successful and more functional. And because the thing was, before surgery, I had to choose the 3 things I mentioned. I had to choose between, which were 2 were the most important. I chose 1, the look, 2, the function, and 3 was the depth. The look and function were the top 2, because knowing me and my body, my brain, having Asperger's and the dysphoria, if it doesn't look right, it would cause dysphoria. If it doesn't function, it would cause dysphoria. So those were 2 more important to me than the depth. So when dilating, there's 5 dots on the dilator, and I'm only able to make it to the first one, and that's 4 inches. So yeah, I think that's like 10 centimeters, 39 point something inches. Oh yeah, 3.9 inches or something like that. About 4 inches of depth, which 4 to 5 inches is normal. So I got what I could get, and I'm happy with it, because it's mine, my unique individual body. And when I've been dilating, putting the dilator in and following the vaginal canal, it's not straight for me. It's not straight in. It's on an angle, like pointing towards the left side.
Yes.
So if I was to lay on my back, it would be going in on an angle from the left side to the right. So like if I was laying like this, it would be going from this side to this side on an angle. So yeah, it's not dead center going straight in. So that's how they're able to get my vaginal canal, and I'm happy with that because I have it. That's what I'm really happy with, is because I have it. So yeah, sorry about the noise again. So yeah, yeah. So having that, even though it's not going straight evenly and it's on that angle, I'm still happy and so glad I have it. It's it's more comfortable as time's going on with dilating, even though it's still a bit uncomfortable, but it's all worth it. I've been telling myself this, everything I went through up to this point in my transition, it's all been worth it in the end. It's all worth it in the end. So if you're going through all this, don't give up. It's worth it in the end. Every struggle, everything you go through, no matter what it is, don't give up, because it's all worth it in the end to be yourself.
It's totally understandable. It's the beginning of a new year.
So,
you know, everyone here wants to
yeah. Other than that, I'm very happy. And I've been noticing just more peace with my body. Not that fight and struggle. And I've been noticing, as I've mentioned before, with HRT and having surgery and whatnot, I've been noticing some small changes in my face. I know there's more fat in my cheeks here than the bone structure. There's more through here, I've been noticing. And yeah. So if people say your bone structure can't change, it can. I've experienced it only through the cheeks, through right here. All this throughout my transition, I've gained there, and this part of my chin, the spot here and here, has spread it this way.
Yes.
So that's pretty much what's bone structure has changed. So yes, that can happen. More so when you have surgery, and the hormone difference can help with physical changes. So yeah. So until I update again, please comment if you have anything you're wondering about that I haven't talked about with surgery. If you need any advice or anything, the process, and whatnot, just comment and I will get back. Either I'll respond to your comment, or if there's enough of the same comment, I can do a video on it. So, yeah, until my next update when I feel up to it. Like I said, I'll do the videos when I'm able to do them. So, yeah. And I promise I'll keep updated on how things are. So, until my next video, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I hope this has helped any of you with my experience so far with having the surgery and the aftercare. So, till next time, boo!